Hey guys, what is up? Soren here, back for another episode of Soren Says. And I just gotta say, no one's really talking about one of the weirdest things about the story in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I don't know how many people have noticed, but a major plot point, well, major is relative, in the Ritz storyline is that when she's back home, she gets bullied for her hair color. Now, she was born and raised and picked on because she has snow white hair. Now, obviously, this is made really cool because she spawns in with a bunch of Vieira who are just kick-ass warrior women with white hair. But as a way to combat the bullying and the trauma, at least in the real world, she dyes her hair pink. Now, obviously, this isn't a mystery. You know, she talks about it openly during the game. We have several dialogues that are talking about it, alluded to, you know, you don't understand me kind of comments to the main character sort of things, and then actually talking to her friends about it, who obviously, especially the Vieiras, tell her, why the hell would you be upset about this? We all think that's bitchin'. But the key thing I want to talk about today is a little bit of a weird inconsistency. Now, granted, it is a Final Fantasy game. It is a fantasy whatever anime-ish type of game. When you're playing the game, every time you move to a new space, a day goes by, right? You can see it in the bottom right corner. There's a day count, meaning that by like the time you meet Ritz on average, several weeks have gone by. By the end of the storyline, we're talking years have passed based on that calendar system. Now, if there's one thing I know, and I know it because I've grown my hair out and I've dyed my hair before, your hair color, especially if it's lighter or a completely different color rather from your natural color, is going to grow out and your roots are going to show, and eventually you're not going to have the same color. It's just kind of how hair works. It continues to grow. The color doesn't show up from your roots. And so my question is, where in Ivalice is Ritz getting her hair dyed? Because her hair stays pink. And so I would imagine at some point in the plot, she would just let it grow out and become white. She's with the Vieira. Wouldn't that just be easier? Now, I was trying to look into it as possible solutions here, and like, since it's a medieval fantasy setting, odds are the only technology around for this sort of thing are things like berries. You know, you got some pink berries and you like mush them down and then you run them through your hair, and that's the only thing I can think of. Because other than that, like, nothing's really gonna dye her hair pink every few weeks. Let alone, we won't even talk about the fact that no one's hair actually grows out throughout the story, but that's more of an anime Final Fantasy inconsistency as a genre, so we won't tackle that one in this video. But I'm wondering, do you guys have any ideas? I mean, similar to our last video with the skateboard, this could just be, you know, an oversight. You know, we don't get a lot of games that have characters that grow out their hair, and maybe we need to fix that. Maybe we need to see that consistency. Games like Don't Starve actually make it a huge mechanic when you grow a beard. Who knows? Maybe we need to see more consistent, time-based growth of characters. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that makes sense? Do you think that's a good idea? These tiny little nuances can make a huge difference. And in the case of people dyeing their hair, in the case of people changing their look or missing out on changing their look when they should be, that might break the immersion. You know, that's kind of the topic we've been talking about, is breaking immersion and trying to prevent that from happening. Now, do I expect anyone going into a Final Fantasy game to expect that kind of realism? No. At this point, the genre is pretty much solidified. You do what you want. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you have a theory, last week you guys gave me amazing theories about the skateboard, and I laughed. I actively laughed at some of them in a good way. Love that interaction, and if you have more, please hit me up with that. Anyway, if you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button, and if you've liked a couple of videos, or you just like hearing me talk about random bullshit, definitely hit that sub button if you're enjoying what you see. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic day, fantastic week, and a fantastic life. And I hope to see you in the next episode of Soren Says.